How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Okay. Hey, I'm about to tell you why your support as Warrior Taste Fest sponsors to Warriors in Quiet Waters mission means so much. But before I do that, I do need to say some thank yous. So I'm going to start out with all of you, our Warrior Taste Fest sponsors. The Warrior Taste Fest is our annual signature event. And the money that we raise at Warrior Taste Fest every year funds 20% of our budget. It's no small thing at all. And as sponsors of Warrior Taste Fest, you are all anchors of that generosity, and we simply could not get it done without you. So thank you very much for your support. Thank you. The second group of stakeholders that we couldn't do what we do without is our volunteers. You see them in the kitchen today preparing the meal that you had. We'll have over 100 volunteers supporting Warrior Taste Fest today. That's in addition to the over 250 volunteers that come together every year to support our program. So we simply couldn't do what we do without our volunteers. We started out as an all volunteer organization in 2007, and that volunteer ethic continues today, and it's the heart and soul of our program. So could you all please give our volunteers a round of applause? Next, we could never have Warrior Taste Fest without our artists. We have 10 incredible artists that are here today supporting our mission with their skill, their passion, and the incredible makes of art that they're gonna put on auction today. So I do want to recognize them all by name: Ali Louise, Tyrell Johnson, Larry Winborg, Tom Dean, Sally Vanoy, Mark McKenna, Amanda Markle, Jennifer Johnson, George Hill, Rob Akey. Thank you. I told my team yesterday on 9/11 that I'm incredibly grateful, and I love the opportunity that I have to walk this journey of service with the team that I have. That team extends to our board of directors and our national advisory board, who have been incredibly involved in planning Warrior Taste Fest for the last year to deliver the event that we're doing today. And I just want to call a couple of them out. Our co-chairs of our Warrior Taste Fest General Committee, Mark Schwartz and Jim McCrae. The chair of our auction committee, also a member of our board of directors, Aaron Demro. His wife Mary's here. Mary, raise your hand. She's not listening to me. That's Mary right over there. Hi, Mary. And then our art committee, Lisa Shotwell, Stephanie Revenaugh, Michelle Usabelli, Allie Snow, and Jenny Mummert. Thank you. And lastly, we're hoping that what you're going to see at Warrior Taste Fest tonight looks like a duck on very still water. But what you won't see is those legs that are kicking underneath the water. And that's the team that I'm blessed to lead here. And I definitely got to call a couple of them out. Genevieve, our event manager, Liz, who's responsible for our partners luncheon, Curtis, our volunteer manager, who's got those 100 volunteers together to help us out, Casey, our alumni engagement manager, who's brought our alumni advisory council here to support Warrior Taste Fest. I hope you got an opportunity to speak to a couple of them today. Ashley, Bryn, and Emily from our development team, Justin and Emily Hyber from our marketing and communications team. They've worked their butts off to get to today. So if you would, please give them a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. So what does it mean to be a good ancestor? There's an ancient Greek proverb that says, a society grows great when old men and women plant trees whose shade they will never sit in. And James Kerr, in his book Legacy, which is required reading here at Warriors in Quiet Waters, he calls it being a good ancestor, planting trees that you'll never see. That's exactly what each of you, as supporters of Warriors in Quiet Waters, are doing through your partnership with Warriors in Quiet Waters and our mission. You're planting forests. When you support a combat veteran through our Build for More program, you may think you're helping a warrior rebuild his or her life, but what you're actually doing is you're planting a tree whose roots will provide strength for generations that you'll never meet. Here's what I mean. That veteran doesn't just heal. They emerge from Build for More thriving and become the parent to their children that they always needed. 20 years from now, Those children will raise their own families with emotional stability and the wisdom provided by their transformed parent. You planted that tree. They return to work and lead with character, resilience, and purpose discovered through Built for More. The teams they lead, the companies they build, the innovations they create, all of it grows from the trees that you have planted. They step into community leadership, mentoring struggling veterans, coaching youth, serving on boards. Each life they touch goes on to touch others. Each person they lift up becomes a lifter themselves. Your tree becomes a forest. But there's also a deep root system at work. When you help a veteran thrive, you're not just transforming one life, you're planting a tree whose roots fortify our national defense. Here's what I mean. America's military is an all-volunteer force. Young Americans will only raise their hand to serve in the military if they see that service in the military is valued and valuable. They need to see veterans who serve with honor thriving in their communities, volunteering, coaching kids, serving in civic leadership roles, mentoring the next generation. Your support creates those living examples. Every Built for More warrior becomes a carrier of our military's values, an exemplar for future warriors. They become proof that service matters, that sacrifice is honored, that warriors are valued long after they hang up their uniform. Without thriving veterans in our communities, we risk losing the next generation of defenders. But with them, we plant trees whose roots strengthen not just our families and our communities, but the very foundation of our national security. And here's the beautiful truth. You won't see most of it. You won't know about the grandchild who grows up confident because of the grandfather that found purpose. You won't hear about the startup that creates jobs because the veteran founder found purpose. You won't see the community transformed because a thriving veteran decided to run for city council. But it's all there, growing, setting roots, making America stronger. The over 1,500 veterans that are on our wait list are not just numbers. They're potential trees, each one future community leader, a business owner, mentor, father, mother, a coach waiting to take root. Each one represents decades of strength that will anchor families, workplaces, and communities for decades to come. By investing in Warriors in Quiet Water's mission, you're becoming good ancestors. You understand that the greatest investments are the ones whose full return you'll never see. You plant trees knowing that the roots they grow will strengthen people not yet born. Thank you for being good ancestors. Thank you for understanding that when you invest in one warrior's future, you're actually planting trees in a forest that will strengthen America for decades to come.